applications for the medical schools, for most of them, close on the 30th of May. You have to rank which schools you want to apply for. You can't apply for all of them. You got to rank the top 5 in order of preference. And that order of preference determines where you're most likely to get an interview. What you've got to understand is that there's a minimum score to apply, and then there's a competitive GAMSAT score. The minimum score is just the minimum that you need to accept your application. And so that is generally at least 50 in each section and 50 overall. If you have less than that, they won't even let you apply. But just because you have 51 or 52 doesn't mean you're going to get in anywhere. You need to have a competitive score. This is where it gets really interesting. Are there bonuses that you get because of your different experiences or background that give you an advantage at that medical school? This is why we've created a whole page dedicated to the applications, and in fact a whole bootcamp program about that. So you got to rank the top 5 in order of preference. And that order of preference determines where you're most likely to get an interview, where you're unlikely to get an interview. And you can get an interview with your first preference, do the interview, but then get an offer from your third preference. They try and offer as many first preferences as possible. Let's say you've put Melbourne first, but you didn't have the score for Melbourne. So all the people who had the score for Melbourne, they get those positions. But then also all these people put Notre Dame first, and they had the scores for Notre Dame. And then they got an interview offer because that was their first preference. Notre Dame was their first preference. But by the time they got to this giving second preferences, well, all the Notre Dame spots were taken and you miss out, even though you have a high GAMSAT score. And this is why it's important to have a very purposeful approach. I think from that, you're getting a sense of how important the order of priorities or the preferences is in the GEMSAS application process. I'm going to give you a resource right now. It's going to be in the show notes. It's called our Med Schools Summary page. Essentially, it's a page on our website where you've got a table and it compares all the medical schools side by side, where we have all the GEMSAS and non-GEMSAS medical schools application requirements.